Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we got a little bit of a different video. What we have over here is a new figure stand that is from Stop Motion Dex. This is called the Dex Figure Rig. Now, this is a specially made budget stop motion stand that you can obviously use with stop motion to get the specific angles that you want, or as well, if you wanted to, you can also use it for posing your figures and getting a lot of action out of it. It's just meant to be a very versatile way of doing things and posing around the figures, but specifically it is made for stop motion, being a budget rig, being an easy to make like an easy way to actually go ahead and get more maneuverability around when you are animating with your figures in specific positions. Now, as you can see right over here, this has 3 rods on the actual model that I currently have, but and the models that everyone else got is supposed to get with the baseline product, they're actually going to get around 2 rods. And when you actually look at the size for each and every single rod, when looking at it at the very center of this little clip right here, you're looking at about 4.5 inches in length. And when you go all the way up to the top, we're looking at about to the very top of this. If we're gonna be doing some math, you're looking. Oh, you can't even see it. Let me go ahead and bring this up. You're looking at about like a little over 10 inches at the second one. For the people who have the specific 3 model rod, again, it is like the 3 rig rod. It is this thing goes up really high up. Let me go ahead and see. You don't usually see this much on the review station, do you? We're looking at about almost the entire ruler, 17.5 inches, and that's not even having this thing extended upwards. So, needless to say, this is doing a lot for the actual rig. Now, what makes this rod very special and very good for stop motion stuff is that you can see right over here in the center of each and every single one of the rods, there is a little tidy thing right over here. And what this is meant for is you're able to like loosen up and tighten these areas right over here at the rod. You don't want to tighten them up too much because it can cause problems over time when applying them, but it's just meant for the fact, like, you know, you're able to get a lot more control and a lot more versatility when it comes to making your stop motions at a very budget price. And a nice thing too, just in case these actual models do end up breaking, you do get a couple extras, although you can see inside these aren't quite the same as the other ones. These are actually meant to get a much tighter grip on the actual rods without actually breaking it, to where, you know, with these things bent in, there's just a lot more control. It's a lot more everything. It's what's really good. It's what's really setting this thing apart from any type of other rods you can make it, or you can buy anywhere on the market right now, which is what I think makes this custom thing really good. Now, for other accessories that this thing has, there's this piece of double-sided tape that you get. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like tape this part off. I personally haven't done it yet because I want to actually use this bit of length as much as possible. But there's a piece of plastic that you take off from like the side piece over here, and then you take off the tape that is that I actually applied like right underneath over here, and then you put it on this side. And the tape is very strong, but not to the point where it's going to rip off any paints or any parts on the back of your figure. It's just meant to hold on to it, and it does so superbly. Another accessory that you get for figures that specifically have clothing is this I want to say, what is this called, like alligator teeth or whatever. It clamps on really well, and it does the job pretty darn good for people who have that. It's supposed to strap on to the back of the clothing and hold on, and it doesn't rip off anything. It does its job really well. And then obviously there is this one where if you don't want to use any specific like teeth because you don't want to mess up the figure, these things will help shield it to where you can get this thing. Let's say you want to go ahead and put the foot over here for Goku. We'll go ahead and put that right on there. Okay, maybe that's not the way I'm supposed to do it. Actually, for this figure, it's probably not even the best to put on this. But let's go ahead and take this this Vegito figure. I think this will be a lot better to do with the feet. So you go ahead and put that right there, and then there you pretty much go. It's holding on to Vegito pretty darn good. You just gotta make sure you got it balanced well enough. And okay, I'm still figuring this thing out. There we go. We'll do it like that for right now. I think this works pretty well. Again, it is for those specific angles. And as you saw right over there, as the figure was, there is a little bit of a so this model, right, with the wood, this specific part of the wood is supposed to act as a means of providing counterweight. So if you wanted to take like let's go ahead and take a couple figures, and we'll put them right there, and that will be the counterweight. So if you want to have those right over there, you take Vegito and you put them off right there. Now all of a sudden the stand isn't having any problems holding onto itself because of the counterweight added on right there. And there's also like a bit of glue that's connected to the actual wood so that you can do that. But if you take the weight off, actually never mind. It wasn't even supplying anything. Let's try to get this out farther. Okay, so now the weight will be needed, and there we go. Now the figures are helping them out. You can obviously take a bunch of other stuff, but it's just the figures are something I have on hand right here for this specific example. Now the way in order to actually change out the parts on the stand is really simple. So all you got to do is go ahead over here and slightly unscrew the piece right over here, and as you can see, like these flat pieces over here at the actual top of the rig is like coming off. So the more you unscrew it, the more it separates. So it separates. Go ahead and separates like that. And let's go ahead and take this one right over here. We want to go ahead and take the piece that you put the double-sided tape on, and we'll go ahead and just try to get that on over here. Actually, it looks like it has a bigger ball point right there, so we'll have to widen out the thing just a little bit more and throw that in right there, like so. It can be a little bit finicky, but the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it over time. And as a result of that, there you go. Here you have the actual piece assembled and all ready to go to put the double-sided tape on to pose the figure around. Now there is actually a bunch of colors that you can get for your stand. The one that I got is specifically green because I wanted to actually go ahead and use this for green screen. It'll take out the actual bottom piece of the green screen, but obviously I'll have to edit out other stuff. But I got it green specifically because it'll give me a lot more versatility and a lot less of a hassle in like when editing stuff in post, which I really do like. There is one complaint that I have with this though, and it is unfortunately it comes with the piece of wood that this is made of. This is a homemade piece by the way. So as you can see, if you take a good look right over here, there's a lot of like wooden pieces coming off. And I think it's as a result of the fact that this wasn't really sanded. I don't think that this thing was like sanded down at all. And it's something that you kind of have to be a little bit careful of because if you're holding this around, right, you can easily get blisters by these pieces of wood shavings coming off the side of this piece. And I don't want to have to get people to worry about it. But you can't exactly sand it off right now because then it will take out the paint and it'll cause inconsistency in the thing. So I really wish that Dex maybe would have actually had sanded the thing down a little bit before fully going ahead and painting it. However, that possibly by that, it could have actually raised up the cost for the stands. And since, again, these are meant to be budget stands, these are meant to be professional, like high-grade stop-motion stands that you can get for a lower price point. And with what Dex set out to do, I definitely feel like he succeeded. Again, it has all of the motion that you need around it. You have a lot of different options for getting the figures on, and I'm really happy with how this thing came out overall. It's just that one thing where I wish that the wood was sanded down, but again, that could have raised the price point. It possibly could have made it a lot less affordable than it could have been. So, guys, I will leave a link in the description down below so you can go ahead and check out Stop Motion Dex's flight stands and go ahead and purchase one for yourself if you want. They do go for like about around $40, but if you look at actual professionally made stop motion flight stands, they go for a lot more, like a lot more. I think actually it might be $50 right now. I don't remember, but like link will be in the description down below. There's a lot of really cool designs that you can get for the stands. There's some Goku hairs, Vegeta hairs. Actually, right now, as of this video is recording up, there's a bunch of Marvel designs that you can get for your stands as well, and a bunch of logos for his own channel that you can get in the form of a stand. So really cool stuff. Thank you so much, Dex, for sending this out to me. And also with the 3-rod system, this thing is just really cool. I'm so glad I was able to review this. It is a really nice model. So anyways, guys, link will be in the description. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the comments section. Until then.